Alright, what's up guys? Sorry it's been a while since I posted a video. Oops. What's up guys? Welcome to the third episode of this series. Sorry it's been a while since I posted. I realized there wasn't really a reason for me to post because I was going to do kind of a progress update, but to be honest I haven't made any drastic changes yet, so I was just going to show you guys. Like I said, I've been tracking my weight every single day, but the macros that I was at didn't give me kind of the quick results that I wanted. And you shouldn't want quick results, but I'm just doing it for the sake of making these videos and showing you guys that this method will work. So to give you guys an update, I started at 3,200 calories. The reason that would have worked last summer is because I think I had a little more muscle mass, but the biggest thing is that I was training every single day and I was walking around a lot. I was in school, so I was walking to class, 20-30 minutes every day and just a lot more active. And right now I'm only working out, 5 or sometimes 6 times a week, and I kind of live a sedentary lifestyle since I'm sitting down all the time. So I had to adjust my macros. I did it twice now. I went down to like 3,000 and then now I'm going to be going to 2,700, and it's kind of a drastic cut, but hopefully I can show you guys the steady progress by doing this. And I don't recommend doing it this quickly, but like I said, it's just for the sake of this video. What's going on guys? So the topic of today's video I want to talk to you about is abs. Obviously it's a hot topic for most people. So I kind of broke it into three main questions or topics about abs. The first one is how to get them. The second one is how often to train them. And the third one is whether to train them or not when you're in a bulk. So just to get straight into it, the first one, how to get abs. The only way to get abs is being a calorie deficit. So that means you have to take in less, or not calorie deficit, you have to lower your overall body fat, which is usually done by being in a calorie deficit. So calorie deficit means you have to be taking in less calories than what your body requires, or the daily maintenance calories. So when you're on a cut, you're typically in a deficit. With that being said, people are always saying, abs are made in the kitchen, this, and this, and technically they're not made in the kitchen. Calories are avoided in the kitchen, which leads to, body fat reduction, and then that is what leads to your abs being visible. Your abs are still being built in the gym. When you work them out, you're strengthening them and adding size to them. So as far as that goes, that's the only way to get abs. Increasing the number of times that you train them doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get abs if that body fat is still there. And everyone holds their body fat in this lower midsection, and that's always the last to go. So you have to get usually down to those single digits of body fat percentage for your abs to actually pop out. Let's see. Another topic as far as getting abs is there's no such thing as spot reduction. So spot reduction is this idea that you can target parts on your body to lose fat on, and that just doesn't work. Scientifically you cannot just do more abs and then burn the fat away from there. The only way to do that is lowering your overall first. And typically people's arms and everything, they get more cut before their abs, and that's just the way it works because your body just holds fat down there. So you can't target belly fat. And with that being said, things like waist wraps and supplements that say the waist wraps, the reason people might think they work is you wrap up your waist and then you work out and you sweat a little bit extra in that area because you're pretty much suffocating that area and making it hotter. So thermogenic effect on it, and you're making it sweat. So then when you take it off, for those maybe 30 to an hour after you work out or do cardio, that area is dehydrated. You really just pulled water out of it. You didn't burn any fat from it. So that's just a very temporary effect of why those people think that those actually work, but they don't. You're gonna wake up the next day and it's gonna, water's gonna flow back into it. Your body's gonna homeostasis. Your body's just gonna go back to its regular maintaining state, and you didn't burn any fat in that specific region. You might have burned some extra calories, but that goes into your overall body, not that specific region. Supplements that say, incinerate belly fat, that doesn't work. Supplements, they can be helpful if you're doing everything right. They can give you that little extra edge. I always build people this little picture. If this is, you're doing everything right, the supplements can maybe give you this much of a boost. and that might be overdoing it as well. But don't buy into, you know, those fat burners or thermogenics or whatever. They can be helpful, but don't overplay their usefulness. Number two is the frequency of training your abs. So I had people ask me, you know, like, oh, is it okay to train your abs every single day? The first thing that I say to them is, would you do that with your biceps? Would you do that with your chest? And you know, the thing I ask them is, what are your abs? You know, they're a muscle group. People have this weird, you know, tendency to glorify the abdominals. And I don't know why, but they think, you know, training them more often, doing this and this and this will make them, you know, pop out more. Do you never think that with your chest or with your, like, with your biceps, triceps, shoulders, or whatever? You know, you're going to train them 2-3 times a week like any other muscle group. So I would say that's the same for your abs. Your abs, however, get worked every single day when you're doing squats, when you're doing deadlifts, when you're doing any kind of compound motion. Your core is activated, and therefore you're technically using it every day, but you shouldn't be lifting and training them every single day. You know, you should go 2 to 3 times, kind of actually working them, and then but you need them to recover as well if you want to build those nice, like, blocky abs that most people want for a kind of better, prettier physique. And as far as like how to train them, you should do a good mix of everything. You know, you should go for those 12 to 15 reps on those heavier pull downs and whatnot. And then floor work, you know, if you're doing it right and actually activating it, not just yanking your neck on crunches and stuff, that's not bad either when you're getting up to, you know, 30 to 40 reps. It's a good way to mix everything up. You know, like I say, train like any other body part. If you're gonna bench and then do flies afterwards, you know, same thing for abs. If you want to do hanging leg raises or weighted, and then go ahead and do you know, sit-ups or some kind of floor work, then I would say do it. You know, it's any other muscle group. It's just people like to make it a lot more important just because they look pretty and it means something, some kind of status that you have abs. It really doesn't. Most people don't even have abs all the time unless you're taking extra stuff. And the third thing is whether or not you should train your abs when you're on a bulk. I think the best way to put it, I read this on Instagram somewhere. This guy was saying, let's say you have a fish tank and the fish tank gets dirty. Do you stop feeding the fish just because you can't see them? So that would be, you know, obviously, and according to your abs, just because you can't see your abs doesn't mean you should stop training them. I would, again, apply it to any other muscle group. Would you stop training just because you can't see it because of some belly fat or some body fat? No. You should be training your abs in a bulk, and it's the most optimal time to train your abs because when you're in a surplus or when you're in a bulk, you have the opportunity to grow the muscle as you would any other muscle group. Therefore, when you get cut and cut back down, those muscles, the abs will be more prominent, more strong looking, and, you know, have that more blocky and kind of like prettier physique look. So yes, you should definitely train when you're on a bulk. It's harder to because you can't see them, and it's just mentally it's harder to do it, but you should definitely be training your abs when you're on a bulk. So actually, this is all I really want to do for this video. I couldn't get any footage. It's kind of hard for me to do it when I'm by myself. I have to set up a tripod and everything. I get looks, and some people don't care about that kind of stuff, but I'm self-conscious, so I do. But the main things to take away from this video is, you know, be like how to get abs is be in a calorie deficit. You should train abs 2 to 3 times a week, just as any other muscle group, and you should continue to train them when you're in a bulk. Obviously, the whole purpose of this series is to get people to their goal physique, or at least a little bit closer, and give them the resources to do it. And I would say your biggest resource, as cheesy as is going to be, is knowledge. Knowledge is going to be your biggest resource. So knowing, as opposed to just you know, falling into a lot of gimmicks of supplements and waist trainers and whatever fancy, you know, money wasting things there are, is the biggest thing you can do is not like have knowledge about this kind of stuff. So I always joke, but, you know, just Google everything or YouTube everything, and as long as they're not trying to sell you something, they're probably going to be beneficial to your overall knowledge. And so this video is just particularly abs. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. Like I said, I'm doing things kind of from the ground up. If you guys have had experience training, you guys already know this kind of stuff, but this is for those people that really don't know where to start or that might waste their money, because I was exactly like that. I go to GNC and spend $300 or $400, you know, every couple weeks, and think I'd get jacked. But besides the point, save your money, guys. Just inform yourselves. be patient, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Please leave any questions or comments or anything. If you guys have any questions, I'll continue to tackle things that I think might be helpful for you guys. And thanks again for watching.